Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a privilege of the highest order to be here, and certainly be in the presence of a luminary like Senator Chambers and all the others who have made such important contribution for the masses of our people. My elders told me, be strong but short, wise but succinct, and straight to the point. And I have tried during my short life to do that. Then I became a Baptist minister and things got complicated. But tonight I was asked to address the topic of why Omaha and why now? Well, let me back up just a little bit. I know I'm always talking to the choir at some of these gatherings, so when y'all feel an amen, you can go ahead and say amen. We are the people who represent in our very incarnation the struggle for humanity. Now that doesn't mean other folks don't struggle. But you see, our struggle was different because it was a struggle for the very definition of the right to be human. They didn't just pick some part of our humanity and question it. They dared to say that we were not human at all. Wow. And tragically, inside our minds, it was not enough that these psychopaths, and that's what they are, psychopaths. See, if you look at the psychological literature, I'm a sociologist, but I do a little psychology on the side without a license. You have to, if you're black in America, you have to do a little psychology, a little sociology, a little economics, a little political science, all without a license, most of the time without a degree, just to survive. And so these psychopaths who understood nothing about humanity, who in fact had whatever concept of humanity that they ever had from us, and lied about it, then had the gall and the audacity to deny our humanity, to create systems which denied our humanity, to create systems which they called education, which then of course taught us to disrespect and question our own humanity. That's who we are. Dr. John Henry Clark, one of my mentors, said, we got rid of the colonialists who was standing on the soil of African life, but we didn't get rid of the colonialists in our own mind. They managed to implant themselves in their own mind such that when I looked at myself, I could not see God, I could not see goodness, I could not see righteousness, I could not see achievement. And if I couldn't see it in myself, you know I wasn't going to see it in you. Because I know how you is. Because you is like they said we was. See, because I am, because we are, and we are because I am. And so if you confuse me about the we, or you confuse me about the I am, I'm going to be totally confused. And the result of that confusion is confused thought. And the result of confused thought is confused energy, and confused actions, and confused institutions, and confused leaders, and confused followers, and just mass confusion. And this is why we need healing. This is why we need healing. Malcolm X said we made the mistake of when they got sick, the slave come in wheeze sick. Now I don't know how they doing. They look pretty sick to me. All the way from the top down, they look pretty sick to me. I've been looking at some of the highest places in the land, and I look at them, I say, but see, I don't say we sick. I look at that mess, they's sick. And if I want to hook up with them, then we sick. And so that's the process of the healing. Now, why Omaha? Omaha on the map. I remember people asked me that question when I said I was coming here. I was at James Madison University in Virginia, and I had never been in this part of the country. They said, why are you going to Omaha? They couldn't think of a reason. They thought it was some kind of psychological problem that I was experiencing to come out here. But you see, I knew a little bit more than they knew. See, sometimes, if you don't listen to the history of your oppressor, you might learn a little something about yourself. Like I came to understand that El Hajj Malik El Shabazz was born here. And I came to understand that African Americans free in slavery in some of the southern churches would come here saying Omaha was a land where things would happen. And I remember that many of the culture and artistic contributions of classical African American life were born right here in Omaha. Marcus Garvey decided that his major chapter of his Universal Negro Improvement Association office would be in Omaha. The National Urban League would be born in Omaha, in a building that's on the National Register of Historic Places that I still say we should not allow to pass out of our control. I don't care what anyone else claims to offer us. That's our building and we should hold on to it. Yes. But again, all of this happened here. That's why Omaha. Because there was death and struggle and life in Omaha. There was commitment to our people in Omaha. And so if the commitment was here and the spiritual energy was here and the power was here and we are here, then it can be here again. And Omaha can be the source of a new revolution. Revolution meaning to turn everything around. I think it's about time for us to turn everything around because it's been upside down far too long. And then, why now? Why now? Look at the condition of our people. I don't normally come to award shows. And I'm so glad to be here today because this is so important. I want to recognize these people. I don't mind recognizing people, but I'm a little nervous at times about award shows. Because America teaches us sometimes to celebrate. Sometimes the celebration is not recognizing the inspiration to move forward, but sometimes it's to act as though the battle is over. I tell people I'll take my trophy as soon as my people are free. Right now, the standard of leadership in the African tradition, they say an African who claims to be a leader and is not, in effect, in dialogue, connected to and moving in front of the mass of the people is just somebody, a fool, perhaps, just taking a walk. And there are a lot of well-exercised fools. I won't mention no names. I want them to like me tonight. But I usually mention names. Addresses, phone numbers. But this is why I get nervous about the award. I want all of us to know that we have leaders and inspirers among us, but they exist and have been sent forth by our ancestors to get us up. Congratulations, you're a leader. You may not be being awarded tonight. But you see, your award is helping your family build. Your award is helping your block build. Your award is helping your town, your state, your nation, your people build. As long as you have a body and a hands and a mind and a spirit, as long as you are an African, you are destined for greatness. And don't let anybody tell you different. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. Why would you work so hard to deny me mine if you didn't know it was great? Wait a minute now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's rewind that one more time. See, why would I go to so much trouble to miseducate you about your history, to miseducate you about your religion, to miseducate you about your culture? Why would I even bother if it was really as negative as I tried to say it was? Yes. But you know, if I become who I am, and I know who I am, and I start acting like myself. Stokely Carmichael said, we became those things. In that process of integration, we became the things least like ourselves. But let's reverse that. Suppose I became the thing most like me, and you became the thing most like you. See, we automatically going to be intimately connected, because if you being you and I'm being me, then we being we, and we can make things happen. Let's make things happen. Omaha. Now. Thank you.